Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another video on my YouTube channel. For this video, what we are going to do is hammer some MLB bets for today. Now, we do have a lot of games being postponed due to weather, but we still have enough games being played today. I think there are 6 total. So still plenty of MLB bets to hammer. I will say, to do a quick recap from yesterday, had a pretty dark day yesterday overall. 31 settled bets, did not perform well in those bets, was down 1.1K yesterday. And that felt right for the video as well. I had a couple plays that I locked in on this YouTube channel yesterday. Most notably, I faded Shane McClanahan, went 0-3. Now, I will admit some of that was bad luck. I had his total hits allowed over 5.5, ended with exactly 5. Had his total pitching strikeouts under 5.5, ended with exactly 6. And then the outs recorded didn't do that well as well. So that's kind of the nature of the beast when it comes to baseball. Obviously, still up a pretty significant amount overall on the month, up about 2.3K. But yes, yesterday was dark. For today, I have 4 total picks for you guys. All of them are in the total runs market. We can get right into it. So the first play that I am locking in here is the Giants versus White Sox. Total runs under 6.5. Plus 190 odds at FanDuel. So this is a play that I ripped directly from the OddsJam positive expected value page. And I think it's really good. The no-vig odds that OddsJam prices this has this at about plus 184. And as we all know, the no-vig odds are viewed as the true line for what a market should be priced at. So we are getting it about plus 190 on FanDuel, with the true line having it at about plus 184. So the gap between those two numbers, that is where your profitability comes into play. Now, yesterday I mentioned obviously that I had a rough day. That's kind of the nature of the beast. A, with baseball. B, when you are betting plus money plays. The win percentage isn't in your favor, so you'll have days where you just get bad luck and you lose every single bet. Not actually every single bet, but majority of bets. But like Tuesday, up 1.2K. April 1st, 1.6. Sunday, up 655. I was still betting plus money plays all through the month of April. Just had a really rough day yesterday. Also my first down day of the month, whereas today my first play hit. So we're starting off in the green. So I'm not scared away, A, from my baseball strategy, and B, from these plus money plays, just because you have one bad day. You don't want to let one bad day or even one bad couple days totally change your strategy if it's been working for you. So play number 1, we're looking at Giants, White Sox, total runs under 6.5, plus 190 odds at FanDuel. Next up, we've got another play on FanDuel, and this time we're looking at the Red Sox versus Tigers, and we are taking the first half total runs to go under 3.5. This is at plus 118 odds at FanDuel. One of the MLB betting strategies that I talked about in a video where I detail how to bet on the MLB is you want to fade the total in games that has the wind blowing in, and then in also where games are going to be cold. Both of these things apply in this game. It's going to be a little bit colder in this game, in the Red Sox versus Tigers game, and the wind is blowing in. I used a website that OddsJam partners with to come up with this data. So the fact that it is a positive EV play, fading runs to be scored, taking the under on runs to be scored, I think is a really, really good play, right? It makes a ton of sense. Positive EV is obviously the most important thing, and the fact that we have that additional information in our favor due to the wind and the temperature just makes it even better. So I locked this one in as well on FanDuel. Tigers, Red Sox, first half total runs under 3.5, plus 118 odds at FanDuel. And then I found another play on the total. Today is a day where I think that games are heavily going to trend towards the under, just because of the weather and everything like that. There's one game in particular where that's not the case, and I will get into that. But today, I am fading the offenses, and I'm riding with some unders. The next play online with that is Dodgers Diamondbacks to go under 7.5 total runs, plus 158 odds at FanDuel. So I found this on the low holds page, but really all we're trying to do here is find some value, which is exactly what we have here. So we have it at plus 158 odds at FanDuel, and the OddsJam perfect line, which pulls odds from the sharpest sportsbook in the world, prices this at plus 141. So there's like a 17-cent gap between the sharpest sportsbook in the world and the odds that we bet it at. So if you're ever unsure, right, if a play is not on the positive EV page, it's on the low holds page, it's not automatically positive expected value. So if you're ever unsure and you want to do some additional digging on your own, click View Event Page, open it in a new tab, and it pulls up the screen that you see here, which is the entire total runs market. So what you can do is click Show No VIG Odds, which does exactly what it sounds like. It removes the VIG from every single sportsbook and where they are pricing odds. So if you remember, we locked in under 7.5 at plus 158. So let's see where the OddsJam perfect line prices the true odds for under 7.5. And as we can see, it's at plus 148. So it's 10 cents lower than the odds that we got it at. If we're looking at odds directly from the OddsJam perfect line, we see it right here. It's a 10-cent gap between what we locked it in at on FanDuel and the OddsJam perfect line, no VIG odds, which is another way of saying this is a positive expected value, profitable bet. So I locked it in, bet number 3, total runs under 7.5 in the Dodgers versus Diamondbacks game. And then last up, and this is my favorite play of the day, we are locking in the over in the Nationals versus Rockies game. So I mentioned there's one game where I am not fading the total and instead I'm actually backing this to go over. That is in the Nationals versus Rockies game. The game is being played in Colorado, which everybody knows leads towards runs being scored. And it is the perfect scenario where it's a heavily windy day in Colorado with the wind blowing out of the ballpark. So home runs, extra base hits, doubles, all that stuff you expect to be increased on a day like today in Colorado. Then also, I looked up the pitching matchup as well. We got a pretty rough pitcher on the mound for the Nats who got roughed up in his first start, John Gray. He did not have a very good start, obviously 9 ERA. Now, Kyle Freeland, I looked this up, did have a good start in his first game, right? Went 6 innings, didn't give up a run, but he's a 29-year-old pitcher who doesn't have a history of success. So I'm not necessarily expecting him to be able to keep that up, obviously for the entire season, and then especially for a game like today. You know, his first good start was in San Diego, which everybody knows is a pitcher's ballpark. Tonight in Colorado, where runs and hits is just going to be galore, you want action in this game. So the over in Nats Rockies at plus 105 odds at Caesars is a really good price. We still are getting it only 12 cents of juice between these two markets from the OddsJam perfect line, and it still prices at 6 cents lower at minus 101. So I do really like the play here. So this is my favorite play of the day. Nats Rockies over 11 runs, plus 105 on Caesars. And that's it. So 4 bets for you guys to tail. If you are tailing, comment and let me know. Other than that, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit me up on Twitter, and have a good one.